Great morning, fellow traders. This is Austin. Thursday, October 30th. It is Halloween Eve. We have pit session and crew's been open for 30 minutes now. She's rolling back inside of the range from the pre-market here, and then we just have the Russell opening now, along with stocks. So I'm looking for the first signal of the day in the Russell. Hasn't happened yet. It could be seconds or minutes or hours from now. So sit, watch, and wait. Read and react mode. 9:31. All right, it is 9:35. First signal of the day is long Russell. It was actually a pullback long around the 1139 plus area. I tried to catch it around 1139.4, 1139.5. Couldn't. It smoked away from there, so we're in at 1141. Obligatory 8 tick stop. Taking risk off.
Order pending. Order canceled.
Or proceed in favor, and then we'll go from there. It's just the early whippage type thing where either you catch, one of those vertical moves to go up or down 100 ticks in a heartbeat, or it just chops for a while. So playing defense. As far as crude goes, it made one little surge move here back into the pre-market range, and it's chopping around there. So we have for now the 233 up of the coil markets roadmap is 1148. That's highly probable to be hit today. 90% probable at any given day, any given symbol, any given market, any given time. So that's definitely on our radar. 1146 would be next. It's 9:37. All right, that TF play went exactly 39 ticks in favor, and then smoked right back down and took out the trail at +1 tick. I had stepped away for a moment. I wasn't near the screens, and it jacked up and V-turned right back down. That's the Russell. Wild and crazy sometimes. I'm looking short around the 1141 zone here next. They're pulled back to the top of the open range support, and we'll see what happens. Crude just gave a sell signal around 81.30, and that's rolling lower. Might be the first trend day in crude for a long time. It's chopped sideways forever now, so it's due for a directional move. This might be it. Selling 1141 area on a confirm, and it is 942. All right, how about an update? It's 954. I've been long the Russell twice from the 1141 zone, which is overlay of the top of the open range, but more importantly, it is dual pattern support. So I was long both times, and then price went roughly 30-ish ticks in favor both times, came back and pulled and stopped me out, and continued on. So, this is many times I've said, it's one thing to know the direction or know which probable direction and where price is going to wind up and all of those things, and it's another to actually get filled where you want to, hold the stop where you can, and then ride that move from where you got in to where you expect it to go. And I've said this before, I don't want it to sound arrogant or haughty or anything like that other than matter of fact, but we know, using the CM patterns method, we know where price is going to go more often than not. Direction is not a mystery to us. Right? I don't sit here ever and say, wow, where the hell is this going to go next? Should I be long? Should I be short? What's this guy doing? What's this bunch doing? Da-da-da. Those thoughts haven't entered my mind in years and years. I always know where the direction of strength is. However, that doesn't mean that anybody can tell where price is going to go from where it is right now to where it eventually will in what path. So in other words, if price is at point A and you think it's going to point B higher or point C lower, whichever the case, you don't know the path of which it's going to take that course. And you don't know for sure that it's going to. You just know the probabilities. So defending risk in whipsaw markets, it's a challenge. For all we know, the Russell's going to get short again around the 1141 zone and dive 100 ticks. We don't know. For now, crude is behaving methodically. It's the first trend day in a long time, and about time, because crude has been terminally sideways for umpteen days. So it's making its way lower, and the early sells in crude from the 8150 zone and then 8130 zone are both working well at this time. So sit, watch, and wait on the Russell. It's just ripping the V turns for now, and we'll see what happens when it straightens out. 956. And here we go at 958. As predicted, the 1141 zone is pivotal. They smashed through that, and they're still going short from that zone, and we'll see what happens. I don't know if there's any economic reports out this morning or not. I haven't bothered looking. It doesn't really matter to me if there are or there aren't. So it has nothing to do with anything. Prices, it will all be priced in, basically. So it's just amusing to know if they do exist. So that's that. Leaving the initial stop in place. I would expect they're going to retrace and retest that 1141 zone. It was tested as support several times. It might be tested as resistance now more than once, especially because it smoked right through. Anyway, leaving that order in, and it is 959. Well, as you can see, and as we discussed yesterday and many, many times, when price goes up in any market or symbol, doesn't matter, and hits a coiled markets roadmap 233 zone early, which it did, big reversal, many times it will go down and hit the opposite 233 or lower. So 1135 area is likely to be pegged or lower. They might trade all the way to 1120 by the end of today. Who knows? But just looking for 50 ticks or better. Punch in a quick trailed stop here, and then if it sticks, and we'll harvest more. And if it doesn't, we'll be out for 50 ticks or so, and that's the day. So there we are. It's just probing the bottom of yesterday's pre-Fed range, or Fed reaction range, I should say. 10:02. Okay, 10:04. We actually had a pullback into a continuation sell. 1138.1. So I added there. Now I have two positions and no risk. If they pop it back up, then I'll live with that and that decision. And if they continue down, then should be good to go. Let's see. I'm going to take this to there, and if they lift it, then I'm going to accept 10 ticks blended, and if they continue lower, then so be it. It's very whippy so far this morning. That this much we can see. 10:04. 10:11 update. That original stop at 1139 got taken out, and then was short again. That stopped, short again, and that's whipping around. Basically, the Russell is pounding the 1139, 1140 zone for whatever reason, I don't know. And then crude here has turned from the coil markets roadmap #1 down. So it's a very sideways, volatile,
Order
whippy
filled.
kind of session. They're ramming all over the place. We'll see if we can get to stick here, but definitely no trend. Just big whipsaws. Nothing we aren't used to recently. It is 10:12. Okay, trying it again. Short the 1139 zone. Price just hammering this for some reason. Of course, this is the mess from yesterday's post FOMC rip chop. So trying to resolve that. Looks like crude is headed back up to the security of its open range, and in that one's case, Didn't want that. I wanted this. Didn't want that either. What do I want? Want that. There is, lots of congestion through here for crude, so no telling what it's going to do. And just waiting for some kind of sideways resolution on the Russell. It is really whipped hard here. Maybe this one sticks. Maybe it's going to go back up
Order
15 to 20
filled.
ticks. Nobody knows. But real jam fest. Slam and jam. 10:14. Okay, in the Vegomatic that we called stock indexes today, I have been short. I've been long and short the Russell repeatedly, and I have had positions in each direction, 30, 40 ticks in favor, only to rip back out as I hold for just a little bit more gains where they're supposed to go to targeted directions. So anyway, I happen to have two contracts working to the long side, and if they show 50 ticks together combined, 25 ticks per contract, I'm out. So just looking for a little bit higher. If they go to 1145, 1146, I'm punched out and gone. The day's proven itself, or at least the morning's proven itself to be very whippy. And the same is true for crude oil. They blew down from here to there and then settled right back, and they're sticking to that congestion. So that's what we have going on. I've gone from up slightly both directions to currently zero, and on the long side now, and I've been turned around, spun around, up and down, every which way. It's one of them mornings. 10:25. All right, I stepped away for a moment, and price is whipping around, so we're gonna go. Where are we? 41. We're gonna go 43.1, which would be 20,
Order pending.
21 ticks.
Order canceled.
All right, if hit, 21 ticks will do it. After I have seen 30 plus and 40-ish ticks per contract, both sides fly around. So I'm going to try for more, but I'm going to accept 20. I just learned that, and I saw this on Yahoo, that tomorrow is Russell rebalancing. The index gets rebalanced, I think, annually. But anyway, that's going to keep things hammered today as the funds are positioning ahead of time in that rebalancing process. So I've gone from, I haven't really been negative yet today, but I've gone like 10, 20, 30 ticks positive, and then had a whole bunch of unrealized flying all around, and that would be the fundamental reason. I don't know what's going on with crude other than it's flying around like it has been recently too. So unbeknownst to me, tomorrow, October 31st, is the rebalance of at least the Russell 2000, maybe the other Russell indexes as well, where some flow from one to the other. Moral of the story is 21 ticks on the stop, and looks like it's going to get
Order
hammered. It
filled.
did. Slipped a tick. They're just whipping all over the place. This is an early shutdown for me. Done for the day. I think that makes about 195 ticks since last Friday until now. Would have been nice to crack 200, but we'll do that tomorrow. Hope this helps. Enjoy the rest of your day. As always, best trading wishes.